Hi, I'm Caroline Crouch. I'm the District Director for the West Plains Extension District with an emphasis in family and consumer science. One of my passions is teaching others to sew. And today's lesson is going to be on how to thread your sewing machine and parts of the sewing machine. So as you can see here on my table, I have 3 different machines that all thread very similarly, but yet a little bit differently. So let's start right now with parts of the sewing machine. To know some of these parts will be helpful when you start to thread your machine. So the first thing you'll do is you'll want to read a manual for your machine should you have one. If you don't, that's okay. A lot of machines will thread very universal. Most machines will thread from right to left, top to bottom. And so if you can follow those thoughts, then it'll be really easy to thread. A lot of the newer machines will actually have thread guides right on the machine to show you what to do. So if we are talking about parts of the sewing machine, there are certain parts you'll need to know when it comes to threading your machine. You have the spool pin. They're vertical, and then there are horizontal spool pins. And then these are the spool keepers. And these are important so the spools do not come off of the pins. This machine here has the vertical. As you see here, this is a horizontal. And these are the same brand of machines, but just different types. On here, you have bobbin tension plates that you will need to use when you're running your bobbin. This here is what we consider a bobbin pin. And many times you'll push your bobbin pin over to the bobbin keeper is what I refer to it as, but in this model here you actually push it towards the bobbin. Here's one that you will engage running your bobbin by pushing it towards the keeper. Parts that you'll also need to use is you have the bobbin tension disc. This here is the take-up lever. You have thread guides down here and your tension controls. This tension control is actually located within that machine. We have the presser foot. We have feed dogs, which are the little parts that pull the machine or the fabric through the machine. You have the needle, the shutter cover, sometimes called the hook cover or the plate. On some of these machines, this one has a button that you use for reverse, but over here, the reverse is right here. So some have buttons and some have levers. This one here has a lever. So it just depends on what your machine has as to what parts of the machine you'll be using. On this older machine, this is considered what we can call a dial control. This is your reverse lever. It also controls the stitch length. This one here controls the stitch width as well as the needle position. This dial here, it will lift or drop the feed dogs. The feed dogs are the very little parts of the machine that pull the fabric through the machine as you are stitching. To just give you a little education on feet of various machines, this machine has what we call a long shank foot. It's a foot that comes on a longer shank. And there are different feets available. This is just a regular stitching foot. But you can also get other types of feet for this machine as well. On the machines that we have back here, they are a low shank foot. And you just press a button to the back and it drops that foot off so that other feet can be placed on the machine. To put the foot back on, you just position the foot and drop the foot lever that's located on the back of most machines, and it just rehooks itself.